Magandang tanghali po sa inyong lahat. Alam niyo, naririto naman ho kami ng ating co-host na si Alvin, and we have a very beautiful guest today by the name of Maria Luna Ort. Definitely, hintayin po nyo at papasok po siya. And hello Seattle, magandang tanghali po at magandang umaga naman po dyan sa Pilipinas, at sa Italy magandang gabi naman po. Ito na naman po at marami tayong pag-uusapan ngayong araw na to at lumipas na magandang weekend sa atin, ngunit malamig po rito sa Seattle. Iyon naman dyan, bumati ka Alvin, my co-host Alvin Umao.
Hello, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat dyan sa Seattle, at magandang gabi naman dito sa Italia, at magandang madaling araw sa Pilipinas.
Oo, yan. At introduce mo naman yung ating guest na si Maria Luna Ort.
Hey, there she goes. Yan, ang ganda-ganda naman ang ating guest for today, mga kababayan. Isang napakagandang...
Yeah. Can you greet our listener before we go on?
Yes, good morning po, Seattle. We're almost noontime here. And I also want to greet all our friends and family in the Philippines. I don't know if it's, early in the morning or...
4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Good morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you po.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're watching us.
You know, we have so many things to talk about Maria, her experience, being a cancer patient, then being supposedly COVID. Anyway, pakinggan natin siya later on. But first, we'll go to our first song, Mamang Sorbitero.
Wow.
Ay, Celeste. Unahin na muna natin para sumaya naman tayo muna sa mga ating mga listeners while they are coming in to listen to our program.
Okay, here you go, Mamang Sorbitero.
Tinda mong ice cream, gustong-gusto ko. Init ng buhay, pinapawi mo. Sama ng loob, nalilimutan ko. Mamang sorbetero, tayo'y sumayaw. Kalembang mong hawak, muling ikaw ay batang munti, sa'yo'y naghihintay. Bigyang ligaya, ngayon sa galaw. Basta ng ulap sa himpapawid, korting sorbete sa pisngi ng langit. Mata ng talaga'y nananaginip, mayroong sikretong nasa sa isip. Mamang sorbetero, tayo'y sumayaw. Kalembang mong hawak, muling ikaw ay batang munti, sa'yo'y naghihintay. Bigyang ligaya, ngayong nagaraw. Mainit na labi, nagbabagang mata. Sunog na pag-ibig, parang awa mo na. Mamang sorbetero, o nasaan ka? Init ng buhay, pawigin mo na. Mamang sorbetero, tayo'y sumayaw. Kalembang mong hawak, muling ikaw ay batang munti, sa'yo'y naghihintay. Bigyang ligaya, ngayong nagaraw. La 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 la. La 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 la. Mamang sorbetero, tayo'y sumayaw. Kalembang mong hawak, muling ikaw ay batang munti, sa'yo'y naghihintay. Bigyang ligaya, ngayong nagaraw.
Okay, Mamang Sorbitero by Celeste Legaspi. Don't
Batang-bata
forget,
ang ating
yeah.
kanta, ha?
Yeah. Well, paalalahanan natin sa mga listeners, please follow us on Facebook and to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. Like us. Okay. Go ahead. Back to Maria Luna or isang community leader, isang masugid na I would say citizen who is always fighting for the good of the
Wow.
country. But ang pag-usapan natin, hahapyaw din tayo sa ating mga bagay-bagay na pag-uusapan tungkol kay Maria, but most of all, her experience being a cancer
Yeah.
survivor and supposedly COVID patient.
But before that po, we would like to know more personal muna kaya Miss
Sige,
Maria
go ahead.
Luna Ort, no? So, para po sa naman ng marami nating listeners, taga saan po
Right.
kayo sa Pilipinas?
Taga Cagayan de Oro po ako.
Wow, Cagayan de Oro, di ba sa Mindanao ba yan?
Yes.
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 Wow, yun yung
Alam mo
CDO.
naman, ang Mindanao ngayon sa atin is really booming.
Saka talaga mga
di ba?
mistisang nado doon, ano?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mga mistisa talaga.
Magaganda.
Oo.
I've been there.
Parang sobra.
Yeah.
Galing dyan
Yeah.
sa Pia Works back.
May
Kita mo naman.
feeling ko nung nung unang panahon ito mahilig mag-muse, sumali sa pageant. Ito,
Oo,
yung mga
yung
ganyan
gandang-
itsura ha.
Yung
gandang
gandang yan,
ha?
di ba?
Ay, nako.
Yeah.
Dahil pa manliligaw yan for sure.
Kaya nga.
So how long have you been in the United States po? Are you born there or ano po?
Yes, born in Cagayan de Oro and raised between Cagayan de Oro, Cebu, and then San Francisco. I grew up in San Francisco. I came to the United States when I was 18 years old as an exchange student. And yun ang life of being in United States is a culture shock, of course. I was an activist in the Philippines at a very young age.
Oh.
And the reason I moved here is that was during the time of the martial
Martial law.
law was about to happen. And so
Oh.
so that's the reason why I came to United States.
Nice.
And San Francisco was my city of, I left my heart in San Francisco.
may hugot agad siya na gano'n. Business or
This
trabaho?
when I started, I came here and I started as a surprisingly, one of my sponsors were in the medical field,
Mhm.
and so I immediately became a chiropractic assistant at the age of 18.
Gusto ko yan.
Yes, and while I'm taking my grad school, and then I was exposed to different businesses in multi levels of, like, say, Amway and gold investment.
Actually,
Ito naman yung ibon.
Yes, so many
entrepreneurship.
Yeah, so many experience in the entrepreneurship businesses.
Wow, that's nice. So
opened
you know
the
business talaga, no?
21, and I was in the healthcare industry, so I did consulting and opened my own agency for caregiving and nursing aids. So that's how I started my business.
Yan
Wow,
ang sabi
grabe,
ko
ano?
sa iyo
Lahat
I've
ng-
been I told you, talagang wide ang experience ni
Grabe, no?
Maria.
From medical to marketing, selling,
To to
Yeah.
community leaders,
advertising,
to
community.
community leadership.
Yes.
Grabe, no?
Ayan. Kaya
I've,
masarap
I've done a
kausap.
lot of fundraising events for our, you know, friends and family in the Philippines who had experienced like um, the different calamities that we have to go through there in Bohol, in Cebu, in Leyte, during the Yolanda,
Wow.
during the Sindong, during I mean we've done a lot of
Yes.
shipments of goods.
Parang ano, parang babaeng Amazona pala to, no?
No.
Lahat palaban to, eh, no?
No.
kahit saan,
Yeah.
kahit
I
saan
Yeah.
yatang,
survived
ano,
in
pwede
a
siyang
way.
ipasok, ah.
I
Yeah.
survived in a way that we all, I think Filipino as sa blood na natin to eh.
Oo, totoo.
We
Yung
are all
matulungin.
entrepreneurship and we are business minded.
That's
And
great.
talagang we work hard for it.
Mm.
And
Right.
we also first we always think about God first.
Mhm.
Always put God first in our life. And second our family and then our businesses. But the only way for us to survive in a third world country is to really run your own business. That's
Wow.
really
Totoo.
that's the beginning of life there.
That's napakaganda nung sinabi ninyo. Sir, we have to survive. Di
Yes.
ba? We learn to survive. At speaking of surviving, Tito Rolly,
Mhm.
nabanggit mo
Yeah.
kanina that she is a cancer survivor.
Oh, yes. Yan. Talagang, yan ang talagang punto. Kaya kailangan natin pag-usapan yan. Tell us, Maria, when were you diagnosed first?
I was
Being a cancer.
diagnosed in June of 2014.
Mhm.
And when I was diagnosed, I didn't even believe it
Mhm.
because I was a very healthy person. I climb mountains. That's my thing. I love outdoors. I'm very much an American breed in a way
Mhm.
Mhm.
that I explore every nature there is that we have in our surroundings. I like to climb waterfalls and bungee jumping and all of that stuff just to have fun. And
Mhm.
you live life to the best of your ability.
Correct.
And so, as a cancer survivor, when I was diagnosed, it was a shock. And
Mhm.
the doctor even cried when she told me that I had cancer because
Oh.
it was a rare cancer, and she doesn't know if I'm going to survive. That was the first thing that I was introduced to cancer, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna beat this shit." I'm sorry, excuse my French,
Yeah.
but there was no way for me to accept it. I just couldn't take it. And
Mhm.
so, when all the specialists, the best doctors there is here in Seattle, um, practically just could not figure out what type of cancer I have because it's a very rare cancer. It's
Mhm.
called
Mhm.
thymic cancer, which is like um, a tumor that was sandwiched between my lungs and my heart.
Mhm.
So
Oh?
the way, yes, so the way to do that is for them to remove the tumor. The tumor was encapsulized. So
Oh.
what they need to do was to remove my heart in order to remove the tumor. So this
Mhm.
is like an 8-hour surgery
God.
to begin with.
Yeah.
And of course I was on ICU for 6 days again. And
Mhm.
I knew the doctor that did it. I even asked him, "Can you draw exactly how you open my chest? Because it has to be,
Mhm.
Wow.
open.
Oh. Yeah.
And what are you going to do when you remove my heart?" And the thing is, here's the trick. When you talk, since I have the medical knowledge
Mhm.
and information prior to the surgery and the removal of the tumor, um, it's key to all our listeners.
Mhm.
Please, when somebody tells you you have cancer and they have no idea how to treat you, you have to do your own research while you are still aware and awake.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's
Cannot
a good.
depend the information on your doctor alone because doctors make mistakes. Okay?
Mhm.
Okay.
So make sure that you are writing down what they're telling you because a lot of this situation can be resolved. It can get worse when the doctor don't know what they're doing. And sometimes they are all experimental. Our
Mhm.
life is in the hands of the doctor when you are in the hospital. So that's one key question. So when they open it, the doctor said, "Well, I'm sorry, we cannot actually make a drawing of
Oh,
how it's going to be done," and the reason
Oh,
is for to protect liability.
okay.
So
So
there's a
yeah.
ganun palang katindi yung pinagdaanan mo noon
yeah.
on
So
cancer, no? Parang ang cancer sa tingin ko isa na yung peak ng pinakamatitinding sakit, no?
no, not
Hindi pa rin siya.
no, no,
Ah,
no.
You mean
siguro
Nor
it's
kasama
not?
sa top
nor
10.
nor I think the highest is stroke, heart disease, and then cancer is the third.
Ah,
Yes.
Mhm.
pailan pa lang pala ang cancer. Pero yun siya ba yung
In
pinakamahal?
general, cancer in general is the highest. It's actually a lot of people could die on different diseases, but
Mhm.
cancer is not the highest. It's one of the
Mm.
five.
Mm.
One question, Maria.
Yes.
Yeah. They say, I heard this from some of the nephrologists or something. Uh, Cancer is inherent to everybody.
Yes. We have
Yeah,
all
it's
cancer
just
our
it's being
in our body.
developed and it gets malignant. That's why you are being treated. So
Ah.
everybody has cancer.
We have
What do
cancer
you call it?
cells in our
Yeah,
body.
cells.
It's not
Yes.
activated.
Mhm.
Mm, I
That's what
see.
the key word is, activated. Once
Mm-hmm.
it's activated, like for example, I think the reason why I had a cancer is because they kept poking on the tumor and
Okay.
Oh.
metastasize during the time
Mm-hmm.
when they finally diagnosed me because they were trying to do a blood test
Mm-hmm.
in me. And then when they did a blood test, they took the needle inside my heart because they thought I was having a heart attack.
Mm.
Oh. Oh.
And
Oh.
then they
Oh.
didn't realize it was a tumor in between my heart and lungs.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh.
that's the big mistake right there. And then when they put something on that area, they actually touch the tumor where the cancer is.
Okay.
So the
Mm-hmm.
cancer metastasized, and that's why I lost one of my lungs.
God.
Yeah, I'm
So.
only
Tagal.
operating
Isa na lang
one.
yung lungs nyo.
Yes.
Di
Yeah.
lang na lang yan.
Huh?
Lang na lang.
Lang na lang.
Lang. Hindi na siya lungs.
Yes.
Well,
But
actually, lahat naman, the truth is, uh, ano tayo, kaya lahat naman tayo merong both sides. Ibig sabihin, like lungs,
yeah.
kidney, we can live by with all those
Yeah.
things. Kaya
Yes.
kita mo how healthy Maria is now.
Oo,
Kaya lang,
baka namang walang sakit to eh. Parang
can you
tama bang
say,
in-interview
can,
natin? Parang
can
hindi
you
naman,
say she's a,
parang hindi
ano,
nagkasakit eh.
totoo, totoo. Kaya to tell you the truth, nung Sabado magkasama kami and I was amazed with her looks and condition. Talagang malakas siya. And she knows how to take care of herself. Kaya yan ang isang mabuting example sa ating mga listeners,
Diba?
hindi ba? Kaya
I
yan.
try, I try
Saka
to.
in fairness with Miss Maria, no, maganda pa rin yung kilay niya, ano?
Napansin. Napansin mo
Galawin niyo
naman.
lang lahat, wag lang ang
Yan.
kilay ko. Ganyan.
Yan.
Kaya para naman masaya yung ating discussion. At saka syempre, may connection din naman yung isa mong lang sa ating pag-uusapan din after your
Yes.
by after
congratulations.
surviving cancer, no?
Yes,
Mm,
yes,
mm.
yes, yes.
At
So,
marami pa tayong pag-uusapan.
yes.
Go ahead, Maria. Ah,
So in that case, um, I was in ICU, and really I was doing very well after the surgery,
Yeah.
and then my hematologist, I'm seeing like about 20 specialists,
Mm.
and the
mhm.
reason for that is because everything is experimental in my case,
Okay.
and being it's a rare um, cancer. University of Washington got involved of my case study. Another Bastyr Clinic, which is a holistic treatment for cancer, is also involved for their case study.
Mm.
So they teach my case in the university,
Ah.
and the
Mm.
reason for that is because um, after my surgery and after I survived with cancer, the other immuno diseases start sprouting from my body. I have lupus,
Oh.
I have myasthenia gravis, I have thyroidism, I have um, osteoarthritis. So it all came to a series of immuno diseases that my doctors can't even write a book except me.
Oh.
Mm. So
So
parang ano no, naging malaking tulong din sa medical society yung naging
yes,
case mo.
yes, and they're studying it right now. In fact, my tumor, the actual tumor that was removed, was sent to World Health Organization in Germany
Mhm.
for case study and display of the case,
Mhm.
because it was quite rare to find it right between the heart and lungs, which is how can that tumor grew there, you
Mhm.
know? And so, and then it was also studied in several universities to continue their findings of how to treat thymic cancer survivors,
Mhm.
because most of us only have 5 years to live.
Okay.
So
Ganun
that's
pala.
that's the timeline, and then we have 20 years for it to recur. So if it
Mm.
recurs and 20 years after, you would survive. But before 20 years, that's it. It's you're gone.
Ah,
Oh.
may time limit.
At that is a long time actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Okay
a
na yan.
long time. It's a
Mhm.
long time process. That's why I continue my treatment to this day.
Oh, good, good, good.
Mhm.
Yes.
Anyway, let's have a break, but stay on, Maria. We have
Yes.
so many questions for you to
Oh.
to answer.
Yung
Yes.
Alam mo,
yung highlight na yung sunod natin ano, yung
we're
highlight na ng
getting
storyang to.
we're
Yes.
getting very interesting.
Eh,
So our next song, let's play it.
Yes.
Alvin, yeah, go ahead, Alvin.
ano the destiny? This is Kapalaran.
Bye.
Kapalaran ko nga eh.
Yeah, tama ka. Rico Che Puno.
Hindi, kulang naman sa nang
Bakit ba ganyan ang buhay ng tao? Mayroong mayaman, may api sa mundo. Kapalaran kung hanapin, di matatagpuan. lumalapit nang di mo alam. O bakit kaya may ligayang lumbay sa pag-ibig, may bigot tagumpay. Di malaman, di maisip kung anong kapalaran sa atin ay naghihintay. Bakit kaya may ligaya lumbay sa pag-ibig, may bigong tagumpay. Di malaman, di maisip kung anong kapalaran sa atin ay naghihintay.
And there you go, Kapalaran by Rico J. Puno. Ayan. Hello, Tito Rolly.
Anyway, Kapalaran by Rico J. Puno. First of all, I would say, may isang wala akong babanggitin, pero kailangan, I just medyo sad note, kaya lang kailangan natin pagdasal si Nanay Memay.
Ah,
Yeah,
Tinay ho?
Nanay Memay.
Nanay
You know,
Memay.
it's Dolores' mother.
Okay.
Needs prayers at this point in time. Okay, back to Maria. Napahaba ang usapan natin eh. And alam mo naman, ang daming nakikinig sa atin like Vilma Fernandez, Dwayne Dumlao, Efren Pasqua. Kilala mo lahat to. Bert Kawili and some more. Vicky Navarro. Anyway,
And
we
hello
will
to
greet
Manuel
other
Manolo
listeners.
Plata
Yeah.
and other Bertrand. Bertrand. Well, ganun ang mga
Anyway.
pangalan dyan.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, back to Maria.
Yes.
Marami ng give Maria enough time really to talk about her experience after remission. Tawag ba natin dyan remission, Maria?
Yes, yes. And after the
Yes.
remission, I followed up all my doctors, which is the key here is continue to follow up with your doctors
Okay.
after cancer.
So it's not that when you're diagnosed na, oh, you're free from cancer na. So, okay na. Hindi ka pwedeng saka na lang ako pag may time na lang uling pumunta ng doktor.
Don't ignore, don't stop going to see your doctor for treatment. And the nice thing about what I did is I combine Western and Eastern medicine.
Okay.
Oo.
And the
Maganda
reason
yan.
for that is you need to balance. You cannot just take all the westernized, because marami ding mga kausapan dyan na sometimes cancer is created just because people makes money. Pharma makes money, right?
Yeah.
So to me, I always believe in vitamins and natural treatment, which is vitamin C. Take your eat a lot of gulay. Don't eat a lot of too much meat. Fish is good, chicken, but once in a while you can eat fried chicken, no problem at Jollibee. You can continue doing that, but as much as possible, limit your sugar intake and salt intake, but to the taste, not too much, right?
Okay.
So those are key things that you need to do, and drink a lot of natural juices. Coconut
Mhm.
water is very healthy.
Mhm.
Oh.
Um, yes, and anything that they use in the Philippines, they sell mango steam. They have all those sour sop. All of these are in our backyards in the Philippines.
But it's natural fruits, no? We're
Yes,
pertaining to natural fruits. How
yes,
about those supplements that they are selling online? All those kind of marketing stuff na it's anti-cancer.
yes. And the thing is, the problem here is we have what we call FDA, which is Food Drug Administration.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with that is it becomes commercialized when
Okay.
it gets registered or it gets approved. So people can claim anything they can as part of their experience. Supposedly, if they take those vitamins, they got well, they didn't have cancer, or their cuts got well. All these things for diabetes, for Alzheimer's disease,
Yes.
or
Mhm.
so many um, natural uh,
Supplements.
food supplements that you could take, and we don't have a way to um, what do you call that? Confirm, other
Yeah.
than um, we listen to our friends and families and say,
Mhm.
if your family and friends comes to you and say, I want you to try this because this helped me. So our
Mhm.
body is all different.
Correct.
Okay.
Agree.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we cannot just say, oh, I'll take that because he took it. So
Okay.
Mhm.
make sure before you take it, do your own research on how do you feel about the body. You're not gonna get killed in one tablet, right?
Correct.
But then they
Correct.
have to consult the doctors.
Well,
No,
the
no, no,
doctor,
no.
no, the doctor sometimes. Normally, I don't tell my cancer doctor will always tell me I'm wasting my time and money. This is
Yeah.
the truth.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
why would I just get my chemo and forget about the rest?
Mm-hmm.
So my doctors have told me that, and and the thing is, I also have my own mind. I also believe that I don't believe 100% what my oncologist tells me.
Yes.
So so
Actually,
so I do it.
Maria, it depends really on yourself.
Yes.
It doesn't
It's the
mean when,
discipline.
yeah, no, I would say what Maria was saying earlier, really our system has a different system
Mm.
between you and me and Maria.
Yes, we are
That's
all
why,
different.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why not all supplements can really act on our body.
Yes, because
And
Yeah.
it should be FDA approved.
no, not
Yes, yes, yes.
necessarily.
That's why that Maria was saying it becomes commercialized. Kasi
Yes.
kamukha
But
nung
then,
Asian medicine na ginamit sa kanya, walang FDA
uh,
approval yun. Pero
Walang
yeah.
FDA
it
approval.
gives a better
Tsaka
results to your
siyempre yung lifestyle
system.
din niya, no? Tsaka yung
Oh.
lifestyle din talaga ni Miss Maria na talagang she's always smiling, no? Parang walang inaanong
Very
problema.
important yan.
Di ba?
Di ba?
It's not just about those
Always
medicine and everything, but it's deep
positive
within you,
thoughts.
no? If you really are
Always,
a fighter, no?
yes, you always think positively about life.
Mhm.
That's one reason sometimes when people, when they have cancer, they had just accepted it. When somebody tells you you have cancer, I automatically put it in my mind, that's not true.
Ay,
So I did not affirm it. I just say that's not true. So I'm gonna fight it if it is. and I'm just gonna assume that I'll be able to survive this. So you just have to affirm positively that you are going to make it without a doubt.
Yes. Dapat ganun
Okay?
talaga, no?
With God as your
Wala,
partner
totoo.
in healing.
Yes.
Tsaka
Yeah.
So, pero
positive
ito,
always.
yes,
Positive
ito
always.
na. Ito na, Tito Rolly. Ang isa na namang laban na talagang naging positive siya. Di
Mhm,
ba?
mhm, mhm.
Sa magiging
Yeah.
outcome na to na kaya niyang labanan. Guys, mga kababayan, ito is siguro ay maaaring pinagdadaanan din ng iba nating mga kababayan, ano? Ang
Lalong-lalo na
kagaya ni
ngayon.
Miss ano na isang cancer survivor na nagkameron din ng COVID-19 experience. Diyos ko, parang sobra na to.
Yes. Believe
Parang
me.
nasa kanya ng lahat.
Totoo,
Yes.
totoo.
It's a heavy cross to bear.
Mhm. Go ahead,
So,
Maria.
when did this happen? That while
So,
you're
so
having
as I
your
was,
cancer and then
yes. So I
mm,
am,
the COVID.
as a cancer survivor, I live a pretty healthy life. Okay. I
Yes.
don't abuse my body. Of course, I am limited to what I can do before. Hiking is no longer, and mountain climbing is no longer a what do you call that? An interest.
Mhm.
I was more focused on finding healing, finding ways to find cures of cancer, find cures of something, whatever I can find. And so I become more medically in tune, and I studied a lot of this type of cases. So now, when COVID came, I was in my home actually, and I was exposed to my own nurse
Oh.
in
So
my
si
own.
nurse ang meron.
The nurse had it.
Imagine, imagine.
Si
So she
nurse ang may
Good.
COVID.
she came in my house that already has the symptoms of COVID.
Oh.
Okay, she was sniffing, she was coughing, she was tired. Remember, when you go to a COVID screening, what do they ask you? If you have a low fever, if you are coughing, if
Mm.
you have traveled outside of the United States, or have you been exposed with someone who has COVID, if you have cold, all these symptoms will kick you out, right?
Oh.
They'll kick you out of the clinic, they'll kick you out of the church, they'll kick you out anywhere in the public.
Mhm, mhm.
But she came to me in my own home. So, not
Yeah.
knowing
So
that
bad.
so, so she thinks that she was just asthmatic. Her symptoms is asthmatic. So she just said, "Oh, I don't need to wear a mask."
Oh, oh, oh,
so
oh.
so that we're talking about the nurse.
Yes.
We're talking
Yes.
about the nurse.
So
She went to
when
your
when she
she
came,
attended to you na meron siyang sipon, low
yes,
fever, all
but
the symptoms.
because I am also taking hydrochloroquine. This is the medication that has been debated now in the
Up
states.
to now.
Mm.
Up
I
to now.
up to now,
Yeah.
and since I'm taking hydrochloroquine. Um, the what I told my nurse, I said, well, I don't think I will get infected because I'm taking hydrochloroquine. So I am I am free from COVID supposedly because I'm already taking all these
Mm.
precautions, right?
Mhm.
I'm already
Mhm.
taking potassium, I'm taking zinc, I'm taking vitamin C. All of that has been covered
Mhm.
before prior to she came here.
Mhm.
So plus hydrochloroquine. Well, the problem, um, the thing is with her, she really had the worst of COVID.
Uh-huh.
So the night after she left, she actually went to the ER after coming here. And her
Oh.
boss called me and said, Maria, you have to get checked because the nurse that was in your house has COVID, tested positive
So
for COVID. So I
So,
said,
ang hirap ha.
so so I actually panicked that day because now I am so vulnerable being cancer and all these other um, illnesses that sprouted on me.
Take
So
note
Mhm.
mo. Take note mga kababayan ha. Isa na lang yung lungs niya.
yeah, yes. So
Iisa na lang ang kanyang baga at di ba? Para sa mga bagong viewers natin, just an overview. She is a cancer survivor and now she only has one
One
lung.
lang.
yes.
One lang talaga, isa lang talaga. Ayan. At
Yeah.
nagka-COVID pa sa sinama-sama. So,
So
so
yeah,
Continue.
then after nun, punta ka
imagine.
na ng ospital.
Yes, imagine I went from lying down to not being able to walk, and then I cannot
Mhm.
breathe anymore.
Mhm.
And I told my mom to call 911, and I think I'm going to die. That was my last word to my mom.
Uh-huh.
911 called, and the oxygen in the ambulance could not even support me
Oh,
Mhm.
because I'm way past 21. I need air on a 15 liters of oxygen, and I couldn't take it.
ganun bang kabilis po talaga yung epekto ng COVID once
Yes,
it hits you?
once you sit in, but remember, it's a virus. Always remember, this is a virus. This
Lahat
is
ay
not.
bakterya.
This is not a disease. This is something that a virus can just travel so quick that crunches your heart and your lungs.
Mhm.
That's the main focus here. It's nothing to do with your blood, nothing to do with your nose, your mouth, your eyes. It's your lungs and your heart. That's the
Ah,
airflow that the virus causes for you to
To constrict.
not
oh.
able to breathe. It's
Yes.
the
So
breathing.
talaga palang ganun.
It's the breathing problem. It's not about having a fever, having a cough.
Mhm.
Okay, so when when I arrived to the hospital, I asked right away, "Why are you not giving me hydrochloroquine?" And so, no, we have to put you on a ventilator. I was in ICU for 3.5 weeks
God.
in induced
Three
coma.
and a, 3.5 weeks sa
Induced,
ICU.
yeah, induced coma. That means
May,
I am comatose.
so yun yung tinuturukan, ano? Para sa kaalaman ng iba, yung tinuturukan, you're being coma with medicine. Tama?
Mhm.
Yes, and then I'm also on ventilator.
So talaga palang machine na lang ba ang
Grabe.
ginagamit? Machine na lang ba ang
Yes,
ginagamit?
the problem, yeah, the ventilator is a very cheap tool, equipment
Mhm.
that you can make it yourself actually,
Mhm.
and it's about like $37 if you want to buy it. But
Mhm.
the hospital will charge you about $26,000 just to use it.
Ah.
Oh, that's cheap.
26,000. Huh?
So madami rin kayo sa hospital noon.
How many? About
Marami rin kayo sa hospital noon on that nung
three
time na kainitan ng COVID.
3 months.
Mhm. 3
Okay.
months.
Yes,
Okay.
and I was already told that I'm going.
So how was in 3 months? So how was your cancer treatment? Also your cancer maintenance?
It's they didn't prioritize it. It was not a priority because I am between life and death.
Ah, wow, agaw buhay agad ah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
coma siya. She's in coma.
So
So
who's with you? Kasi wala namang makakasama sa hospital noon time na yun, di ba?
yes, and
Walang makakapunta sa'yo.
this is the key. This is the key. And folks in the Philippines, listen very carefully. If any of your family, if any of your family has COVID, you are not allowed to visit your family who is suffering from COVID. Your family member cannot talk to that person. So the only way for there is a communication is to be able to talk to um, your family and the doctors or the nurses. So, along with the prayers. So, always have the family, and I'm thankful for my mother because she's the one who really called the nurses
911.
at ICU and the doctors to see,
Oo.
make sure that I am attended to.
Yeah.
Nga
And
naman.
and she doesn't need, she doesn't want to lose her daughter. So you have to be reminded that when you have a family member, to constantly call your caregivers, your doctors, your nurses at the ICU to make sure that
You're being
you
treated well.
are you are being watched. Because you know what your doctors and your nurses do?
Mm-hmm.
They just leave you. They don't talk to you.
Bad,
And
huh? Bad.
if you are in a ventilator, how can you talk and you're a comatose? How can
Yeah,
you?
hindi ka naman nila babantayan dun buong araw, di ba?
No, they are charged very high. They charge about $300 per hour.
Oh,
How you
Yes, yes, yes.
you
it,
know?
it costs too much pala talaga, no?
Oh yeah, for me to be in the ICU is $26,000 a day.
Correct. Correct.
Do you pay or
No,
who
no, no.
pays
My
that?
insurance
The,
pay.
Your insurance pay.
Yes,
Uh, Fortunate kung may insurance. Yun ang problema sa mga walang insurance.
no, but
yes,
it's required here in the USA.
yes.
That's one
Being,
good thing.
yeah, you
So
are forced to insure to help
So,
medical care.
so you don't feel anything while you're on coma, tama?
no, I was already traveling time, which is I've already traveled. I already saw myself die.
Yeah, you're in
Ah.
coma.
You're in
Kaya
coma.
ganon. Hmm.
So I've already,
So what did your family uh, did while you're in coma, no? Because syempre, they don't know what will happen, ano?
that's what I'm saying. That
Hindi nila alam kung humihinga ka pa ba by the use of the machine
yes,
or
only way to
parang ganon. Kasi di ba may mga clinically, they're
yes.
dead.
That's why
O
you
ganon.
call. That's why you call. Is my daughter still breathing? Is everything still okay? And then when they said, "Oh, um, we need to see her will and testament,"
Again?
Oh, hindi,
that
yun yung time.
that's when the time when you just know that something is not right.
Whoa. So the
Right?
doctors ask for your will and testament while
Yes.
under the intensive care unit.
Correct,
Yes.
correct. That's how
So
it's
wala
done
ka
here.
talagang kalaban-laban, parang gusto
No.
mong sumigaw ng kaluluwa mo, "Hoy, buhay
Yes.
pa ako."
Yes.
Para wag niyo munang hingin 'yan, parang 'di ba
Yes.
gano'n?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So
And
pwede pala
fortunately,
talaga mangyari 'yon habang nandun ka sa condition na 'yon, eh talagang, oh,
no,
magdesisyon na tayo.
they will execute whatever I have on the will and testament.
Hmm.
So if I am full code, I am full code and they have to survive. I have to survive because I'm young. If
Mhm,
I am
mhm.
90 years old or 80 years old, I will let go. But if I am, in my age, I would probably say I'm full code.
Correct,
And
correct.
I refuse to be just say no CPR because there is no way I will let go. I will survive this. And so I
Yeah.
fought and fought and fought. In fact, I remember banging the hospital bed and breaking my own weights kasi they restrained me.
Ah,
You have to be
Mm.
restrained.
'pag nasa ICU ka ba ano, nakatali ka pa ba?
Yeah,
Bakit hindi ka
Yes.
puwedeng gumalaw?
yeah, you cannot move around. So that's why they put you in induced coma. And when you are in induced coma, your spirit actually moves. Your mind is still active, but your body is dead.
Correct, correct, correct.
Okay,
Ganon nga.
so so I could still think and move my body even though I can't. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's
Mhm,
like
mhm.
your mind wants to talk, but your mouth, your body, your arms can't move.
So, anong sinabi ng family ninyo nung sinabing ano, "Aba teka, kailangan na naming malaman yung will and testament ni Maria." How did they reacted on that?
Well, they have to look for it.
Hindi, totoo. Because
Talaga.
the host,
Diba, hello, attorney.
Alvin, here in the
They have to look
States,
for it.
the hospital cannot move without your will and testament. Dalawang klase yung will. Isang living will, tsaka isa yung last will and testament.
Last will and testament.
Kasi they have to abide by what you are want to do with yourself.
Yes.
Pag wala yan, they won't move kasi they don't want cases against them.
Yes.
They are so
It's a big liability.
liability.
The hospital.
That's why they always
that's
ask
why-
that.
So dalawa pala yung will and testament, ano, isang living at
Yes.
isa yung
Correct.
last.
Last.
Yes.
Yung last
Yes.
pag wala ka na talaga. Tapos
Wala
yung
ka na.
living, if you're undergoing certain
Yes.
medical
Surgery.
conditions.
Because of my condition, they thought that I'm going to die. They're asking for the last will and testament because they already have the living will.
Yeah.
Yes. When you enter the hospital, you should need that. They'll ask you for that.
Yeah, they ask for the living will. But
Correct.
for the last will and testament, that's what they're looking for when they already think that you're going to die.
So, saan mo nakita yung light na you will survive this?
Oh,
Oh,
they
before that,
Ay.
maganda na usapan eh. Let's have our listener
Sige, sa
wait
susunod
for
natin
that
sabihin
moment.
yan eh. Na-excite kasi ako masyado kasi
Masyado
ang
kang
lakas-
excited. Patugtog ka muna at batiin
kasi ang
muna natin.
lakas niya eh.
Yeah. Kasi
Batiin.
meron na nagtatanong sa
May question daw, Alvin.
Yes, may mga questions yan. Kagaya ni Miss, sabi nga ni Miss Maria Erlinda Nugit
Okay.
Aguila. Both of
Yeah.
her parents died in cancer, no? Yes, she's grateful na kasama na siya ng Lord natin, ano? At grateful na nakasurvive, di ba? Yan, sa cancer.
Yan.
Ayan, treating it and detecting it at early stage is also the key to survival. But most of all, prayers is a big help. What the
True.
lady is saying is true. Tama, yung di ba, dasal ka lang, family support, and then yun nga, siguro yung lifestyle mo na laging kasama rin sa mga plano mo, yung seeing a doctor, no?
Right,
Diba?
right.
At saka, wag nating maliitin yung konti nating nararamdaman
And
sa katawan kasi doon yung nagsisimula eh. No?
Yes.
correct.
that's right.
Correct. Whatever
Kasi
you
iba, dinadownplay eh. Di ba?
Hindi.
Inom ko lang yan ng ng ganito,
Yeah.
inom ko lang ng ganon, wala na yan. Yun pala, palala.
Alvin,
palala, no?
Alvin, yung whatever yung nararamdaman mo, kahit konti, wag mong ibaliwala. Kasi you'll never know. That's what happened to mostly of us and especially to Maria. Kaya iano natin yan. Don't downplay it. Anyway, downplaying it, we have to skip a while.
Yes.
Yan si Linda Nugget is listening from Loyola Heights, Quezon City.
Yan. We
Kaya,
also have Kiko Gaspay
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
So,
and Robert
Yes, Maria.
James Del Rosario. Yan. Dami nating
kilala.
ngayon
Followers, kaya nga, patugtugin muna natin para sumaya
Ay,
naman
syempre.
tayo.
Ito
At,
naman kasi love
let's
month
give a
naman
break.
ngayon, no? Kasi love month
I-suspense
naman
natin
ngayon,
sila.
ha?
Alvin, i-suspense natin sila
Oo.
on what really happened to Maria afterwards.
Ay, nako.
Your last question.
Pati ako na praning dyan.
Alam mo
Pati ako sa...
naman. Alam mo
talagang
naman.
magtataka sila.
Yes.
We all
Kaya,
know that she survived, but the story, ito na yung hihintayin natin sa sunod. Ito na yung story,
Next.
ang malupit.
Yeah. Next music. Go ahead.
Ito para sa mga lovers natin. Ayan. OPM Hits. It's Till I Met You.
I never dream, 'cause I always thought that dreaming was for kids, just a childish thing. And I could swear love is just a game that children play, and no more I met you. This feeling seems to grow more every day. I love you more each day. I believe you. I believe in every word when you say I love you all the way. Now I could swear love is not a game that children play. So tell me that you'll stay. 'Cause till I met you, I never knew what love was. Till I met you, this feeling seems to grow more every day. I love you more each day. Whoa, whoa. You and I should be together. Can't you see? Can't you see? Till I met you, no, I never knew what love was. Till I met you, this feeling seems to grow more every day. I love you more each day. Till I met you. Till I met you. Till I met
Till I Met You by Cool Ledesma. Alam naman, month of heart tayo ngayon, di ba? I would say Happy Heart Month. Kaya Till I Met You, mga love songs yan. Though we're talking about Maria's life, alam mo naman, full of life din si Maria. Makikita mo naman yan sa mukha lang niya. Hindi ba? Uh, that's why let's go back to Maria. Yung full of life ni Maria and how
Ay,
she survived her experiences. Yung cancer na survive na nga niya. Eto ngayon, how she really survived. Yung,
bago yan, mabalik tayo. Kanina lang, sinabi nga na hinihingi na yung kanyang last will and testament ng
Oo
mga
nga.
doktor habang
Oo.
siya ay nasa ICU.
Correct.
Grabe. So ngayon, kitang-kita naman natin mga kababayan na eto, alive and kicking si Maria at talaga namang eto, sineshare niya ang kanyang experience sa COVID-19. So,
full of glow.
anong
Hindi ba? Full of glow. Yung mukha niya.
sobra?
Makikita mo naman.
So, anong nangyari, Miss Maria?
There's no explanation to it other than you trust Jesus Christ.
Correct. Yan ang totoo. Totoo. Prayers will do it. Prayers will do it.
It's basically when you're in a coma, you go through life of searching your soul. You know, how much do I have to go through? I didn't, as a Catholic, I felt that I didn't do my confession on time. So sabi ko sa Panginoon, you know, I want to do this. Sabi ko, I want to see you during this is the time when I had my coma na. I really talked to God. I talked to him. And he basically said, this is not my time, Lord. I know that. And I told him that, you know, I have a lot of things to do. I'm sorry, but I have a lot of things to do. And I don't want to see myself, I don't want to see my mother, Lord, saying that she sees me dying.
Yeah.
I want to see my own mother. I want to put my mother to rest, not her putting me
Oo.
6 feet under.
Totoo yun,
Correct.
totoo yun. Maraming mas masakit daw na yung nanay ang naghahatid sa kanyang anak.
Yes.
'Di ba? Sa mga ganung pagkakataon, no?
Yes.
Parang, oo nga naman. Kasi
So
parang
that was,
binuhay ko yan eh, inilaban ko yung anak kong yan eh. Tapos mawawala lang ng ganon. Napakasakit nun sa isang magulang, sa isang ina.
yes. And my mother already lost 2 child.
Oh,
Ah.
I never knew that.
To me,
Sorry to hear.
I don't want my mother to go to another one.
Mhm.
So it's me or her. So yun ang sabi ko kay Lord. It's not me. You know,
Mhm.
when the
Totoo
time
naman.
comes, I want to be able to take care of my mom, not her taking care of me. Kasi
True.
yan ang dapat para sa anak is to take care of their parents, not to the parents take care of them of their kids
So,
when they say goodbye. You
so
know?
what happened po, Miss Maria, when did it ended? Gumising ka na lang bigla and,
No,
Lord!
they actually, no,
Good
they
Lord.
actually, the thing is, when you get out of coma, I fought so hard, right?
Mhm.
I fought so hard, and so after that talk with God, they slapped me several times. Like,
Oh.
do you know who you are? What's your name? I started moving. I started my eyes opening. So it's just like when you go to a car accident, they slap your face, they make you count your
Uh-huh.
fingers,
At
their
totoo pala
eyes.
yun.
Yes, focus, um, and then but I could not move and I couldn't talk because I have and one reason my voice is like this is because of the scarring of the tissue in my esophagus that I lost my voice through the ventilator, and it is still healing right now. So I have a hoarse voice dahil sa ventilator damages.
So then, ano ba yung nangyari? Na-check ng
So
doktor that...
let me explain. When somebody puts you on a ventilator,
Mhm.
it's less likely for anyone to survive.
Ah,
Oh,
Yes.
ganun pala.
pag nilagyan ka ng ganun.
Yes. That's why
Yeah.
they don't want you on a ventilator as
Ah.
much as you can. So, COVID is a very scary situation. Remember, I have one lung to operate.
Mhm.
Plus, COVID is about lungs and heart.
Heart.
Mhm.
Focus on those 2 areas. If you have a weak lung, if you have a weak heart, you could easily die from COVID.
Ah, kaya pala yung iba, cardiac arrest.
Yes.
Totoo.
Hindi
Mostly
yung
cardiac
lungs ang
arrest.
umano nila, para mostly cardiac arrest yung nagiging report ng
Yeah.
kanilang
But this is what
cause of death.
Kuya Rolly and I were discussing.
Mhm.
My diagnosis when I entered into the hospital, my primary diagnosis is not COVID.
Oh,
So this is why I'm discussing this with you guys, because it's a myth. COVID is a myth that is being created with underlying diseases. Say, for example, I came into the hospital with the primary diagnosis is pneumonia.
Mhm.
The secondary is COVID-19.
Mhm.
So
okay.
I was supposed to be treated primarily on pneumonia, not COVID.
Pero yung ginawang treatment sa'yo, pang COVID.
Yes.
Ay, Diyos ko po.
Yes. So it's the same thing with people with cardiac arrest. It's the same people with stroke. It's the same people with cancer. They all come to a category of COVID-19 because there's money on COVID-19.
Ah.
Yan ang sinasabi ko eh. Hanap buhay.
That's the trick. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry. There may be people that are uninformed about this, but hospital makes good money if you make a diagnosis as COVID-19. That's
Okay.
what's going on in New York right now.
Not
Most,
only, even here in Washington,
So
right?
talagang so dapat trinit ka lang sa pneumonia mo.
yes,
Pero ang ginawa nilang treatment is eto na, inilabas ng lahat ng gamit, COVID to.
yes,
Ganon.
yes,
May sakit ako sa puso, inatake ako, COVID din ito.
yes,
Na-stroke ako, pati yata stroke, isa COVID
yes,
na rin nilalagay.
yes. And
Correct,
most
correct,
of
correct.
the victims are mostly elderly, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
And the reason for these senior citizens to easily be targeted as COVID because they lock them up. You know, they are in a lockdown. We are all in a lockdown. And
Correct.
so yung pneumonia, yung heart disease, everybody is all in a lockdown. It's a virus. Pneumonia
And
can kill people because of lungs and heart.
totoo, because of a constriction.
Yes,
Yes.
that's the problem. And that's where
Sa
we're,
sa sa totohanan, with all
So
this
could it,
thing,
kung
yung ang
sakali,
hanap
yes.
buhay sense, yung hanap buhay
Oo.
sense,
So
yun
kung
ang
sakali po bang pneumonia lang yan, ano yan? Mas madali lang i-treat sa'yo.
to me, it should be treatable, but because of my pre-existing condition, which is cancer, lupus, myasthenia gravis, all of
Mhm.
this, uh, it was hard for me to not to go to a ventilator because my oxygen level is pretty low,
Mm.
basically zero.
Pero ang
Well,
dami nyo ng nararamdaman sa
I
katawan,
already
ano?
had existing condition, pre-existing condition.
Mhm.
So, nalagyan ako ng say per se COVID. It's unfortunate, but COVID is only secondary to all of the diagnoses out there.
Mhm.
There is
yeah.
a main problem, which is heart disease. People already have an existing condition. Lalo na sa Pilipinas, we don't really go through doctor's visit and say, I want to check
Regular,
exam.
regular doctor
Mm.
visit.
Physical exam and get a blood test to make sure that you don't have all of these conditions.
Mhm.
Kahit na you are a doctor, you are a nurse, maraming mga Pilipino na biktima eh.
No,
Because
totoo.
they were
Totoo naman.
exposed to the virus.
Mhm.
And lalo na tayo mga Pilipino, we really take care of our patients. We are not the type of people that ignore our.
Mhm.
We are
Be- because we are
caring.
so clannish, Maria. Because of
Yes,
being clannish, kaya
yes,
ganun tayo. Yung
Parang
ugali
masyado ang
natin.
naging mahal ang treatment na to sa COVID, ano?
yes,
Masyadong napakamahal.
yes.
Mhm.
And I
And,
think,
and I still believe that this is a man-made virus created in Wuhan, China.
Totoo nga.
Mhm.
I still
It's
believe that. And I'm a COVID survivor. And I went through COVID for 3.5 months. So don't tell me that I'm, making this up. I went
oo.
to hell. I went to survive, asking for my last will and testament because I'm going to die. I would just go to China if I have died. I would go to China and choke Xi Jinping just because we're doing this horrible, virus.
Yes.
I'm not.
true.
I'm very upset with CCP.
Oh, yeah. Who is not? Who is not?
Yeah.
Alam mo naman, Maria, we have been, ano tawag mo na, we have been a subversive during our
Yes.
college days.
Mhm.
That's why we knew what it is. Si Alvin din naman, subversibo
Oo
yan eh.
naman eh.
Kaya yung being under communist regime is
Mhm.
really bad. Bad yan.
Yes.
Kaya
Kasi
we're
we
even,
don't know nothing sa kanilang parte. What really
Oo.
is going on. Hindi natin alam kung parang ganito lang, hindi natin alam kung it's just an act to make them also a victim. O, di ba? Na parang ganon, ano? Kasi hindi naman unless na nasa harapan natin yung totoong nangyayari.
Yes,
Wala.
but with COVID, we are victimized as citizens.
Mhm.
It became a numbers game. It's not the real COVID. It's the underlying illnesses, which what I told you, heart disease, diabetes, or
Pneumonia.
pneumonia.
Right.
These are cases of most of the people that died, but they increased the number on COVID just because
Of money.
of
It's a
money.
business.
Yeah, business. Totohanan yan.
Para bang, nung huli nga, hindi naman sa so maraming nanonood dito ngayon, siguro naman napapansin nyo na, parang, teka, araw-araw naman may namamatay. Araw-araw naman, kung nag-increase mo naman namamatay, pero ngayon naman, halos lahat ng dinideclare nilang namatay is because of COVID. Wala na bang namatay sa komplikasyon ng diabetes? Wala na bang namatay sa cancer? Wala na bang namatay sa sakit sa puso? Sa stroke? Kasi halos lahat na lang yata ng namatay ay namatay sa COVID.
Yes,
Di ba?
because
Yun yung
of...
maraming katanungan sa atin, no? Na gustong i-explain ni Miss Maria na galing
It's
ako
all
doon
money.
sa COVID.
It's
di ba?
all money.
Yes.
Down
It's
the
all-
line.
And it's the same thing as, why are you putting me on a ventilator when I can actually breathe just fine with a 15 liters of oxygen on the wall. But
Correct.
because putting a ventilator on me and
Hindi ka
declaring
na makakaimik.
I cannot they put
Hindi,
it in.
tsaka COVID. COVID yun, pag
COVID.
binventilator ka.
Yes. COVID.
Oo, sinasabi nila.
So how many people had survived? Out of 40, I'm the only one who survived on that whole 40 that was admitted that day.
Kasi parang sanay na sanay siya, no? Sanay na sanay siyang matusukan ng kung ano-ano dun sa kanyang mga naging sakit.
Oh my God.
Di ba? Parang immune na ako dyan. Ano pang mas malala? Di ba?
But
Kasi
I
naman
Kaya
galing
nga.
cancer. Kasi naman galing cancer, galing ganito. Tapos iisa na rin yung lungs niya. Di ba?
Mhm.
Yes.
Oo.
Na-survive pa niya yan. Tapos pneumonia pala yung diagnose sa kanya. So paano?
Totoo.
Nung
And then-
tinanggal ng lahat, what
So,
did happen?
so let me just say it. What is the treatment for COVID? What type of medications were given to me
Mhm.
during the time when I was on underlying comatose?
Mhm.
Okay, it's all painkillers.
Mm. Painkillers lahat yung ibinigay sa'yo.
Yeah,
Because,
Oo.
I was on a feeding tube, so they give me protein to keep up with my my food, right?
Mhm.
So that's feeding tube, which is like all protein.
Mhm.
Number two, they gave me like a gazillion doses of potassium,
Oho.
vitamin C, zinc, and remdesivir, which is President Trump's um, infusion when he had tested positive. That's it.
Oh, kita mo.
Mm.
Hindi ba?
There's no medication. Do you know that the doctors will tell me, why won't you tell me how you're doing? Because we don't know how to treat you.
Oh my.
It is new. This is a new virus. We don't know what medication to give you. Why won't you tell us what works for you?
So that time, it was all experimentation being
Yes,
done to you.
yes,
Oh.
until now.
Alam mo,
Ay.
anyway,
For it. This is the
Yeah.
truth. This is not baloney. Listen,
True,
people. This is exactly what you need to do. Take your vitamins regularly. Don't overextend, just vitamin C, zinc, potassium, and eat as much vegetables and fruit every day.
correct.
Be healthy
correct.
talaga. Be
Agree.
healthy.
Be healthy.
Ayan. So, personal
Yeah.
hygiene nyo, ha?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
thank you.
Diba?
Anyway,
Maligo,
Maria,
maligo kayo kahit
we're,
malamig, ha?
alam mo, masyado tayo na-excited.
Oo.
Time has come to a point na talagang,
Hindi kasi very
ang
interesting at
dami natin,
napakaganda ng shinare niya, ha? So,
very interesting. And
So, Miss
Maria,
Maria, before we let you go, maraming salamat. Pero ano ba yung masasabi mo sa mga tao? What can you share words of wisdom or any tips?
Words of wisdom is have a good, serious relationship with God. Number one.
Mhm. True.
Number
True.
two, talk to God like the way you want to talk to someone you love.
Mhm.
Okay? If you want
Mhm.
to live a healthy life.
Correct.
If you want to die, just die peacefully.
Huwag ka namang istorbo, gano'n.
No, I mean,
True, true.
make sure
Hindi,
that you pay your
serious.
debts. You know,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
it's really
Seriously
true.
speaking, talagang ganon, di ba Maria?
Yes,
Don't have a peaceful life, die peacefully, and die happily, I would say.
yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
right. That's
Okay, your last word, Maria. We're getting close to
Thank you so much,
our, yeah.
everyone. God bless. And like I said, don't forget to eat, drink, and enjoy life.
Thank
Yes.
you, Maria.
Thank
Thank you
you, Miss
so
Maria.
much. And
Yes,
hopefully we
well,
can invite you next time and we can
yes,
talk more of the other side of what we are doing.
Siyempre
yes.
sa
Okay,
susunod siguro yung pagiging
because
businesswoman yan, ano?
hindi, aside from that, COVID has been so political, may I add. It
Yes.
has been
Yeah.
so political. Kaya
Yes.
nga, what we are driving at ni Maria, it's a good sense. Thank you so much. And hopefully, lahat ng listener na ramdaman nila
Natuto
yung
sila.
naramdaman mo.
Mhm.
Natutunan ang iyong experience. Thank you,
And
Maria.
also, I just want to greet a happy birthday to my brother Alvin. He's having birthday tomorrow. So,
Oh,
Thank you
you,
po.
good, good. Yeah, yan nga, yan nga. You can stay on. You can stay on, Maria. We're gonna greet our listeners and we're gonna greet all the birthday celebrants. Go ahead, Alvin. Let's go and start greeting everybody.
Ay,
So,
birthday na ba?
happy,
Sige na nga.
oo,
Birthday
birthday
muna
na.
tayo, ha?
Oh, si Maria. Ulitin mo, Maria. Your
ayun,
brother.
ah,
Is
may
it
kapatid
birthday today?
ang Alvin rin ang pangalan. So,
Aha, si Alvin
Alvin.
din.
yeah. So, his birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, I
Ayan.
see. Bukas.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Alvin.
So, maraming
Wait.
maraming salamat po, Miss Maria, sa iyong
Yeah.
paunlak sa amin. Napakaganda mo at napakabait mo. Siyempre, mas
Thank
lalo
you.
mong enlighten ang mga tao na to be closer to God, di ba? Yan ang
Mhm.
napaka-importante sa lahat.
That's the
And
most
also
important thing.
be healthy. Yan ang napaka maganda sa lahat ng dapat ginagawa ngayon ng mga tao, no?
Yes.
Ayan. Kung
Mm.
gusto nyo mga kababayang maging forever maganda, super fighter at super talagang energetic pa rin kahit anong mangyari, tingnan nyo naman ang ating guest ngayon na si Miss Maria Luart. Di ba?
Luna Ort. Yeah.
Ayan.
Anyway, happy birthday to Dr. Connie Mariano. Ito yung kaibigan natin who served the White House for
Yes.
3 presidents.
Yeah.
Mahusay yan.
Oh,
And
grabe.
she's the first real Filipina admiral here in the United States. Dr.
Oh.
Connie, happy birthday. Also to my pamangkin, Mutia Boyle. Happy birthday to her. And of course, to General Oscar Hillman tomorrow and Ninita Guarin. Happy birthday to you. And of course, I would like to greet my beloved auntie na Paula Frial. Paula Isabel Frial is celebrating her birthday today, but she passed away last November 18. Kaya prayers to her. Anyway, happy
Ayun po.
birthday to
Happy birthday.
Almeda ko, and of course to our avid listener, Vilma Fernandez. Happy birthday
Yes.
to Vilma Fernandez.
Tita Vilma Fernandez,
Yeah.
happy birthday. Maraming salamat lagi. Again.
And
Ayan.
of course, some announcement. Copa will have an
Okay.
emergency meeting tomorrow at 5:30. So, members of Copa, please join the link and we'll be sending you the link for our Zoom link tomorrow at 5:30. And of course, si Kiko Gaspay has been announcing his BIM on Saturday, February 6. And to tell you, what's this?
Okay.
Meron
By the way,
yeah. Go ahead, Alvin.
By the way, para po sa ating isang birthday celebrant ni si Tita Vilma Fernandez, Apo Director MOI, big news, his son, Faumoli, first Samoan judge in Washington State. Ayan. Grabe ha. Ayun daw yung ano nila.
Happy birthday
Ayan.
to...
First Samoan judge.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Okay, yung second training naman ng APU. Facilities, Instrumentation, and Control. Please call Kiko Gaspay 206-412-9390. If you are
Ayan po, mga kababayan.
interested, sa March 6 yan, sa March 6. Pero yung
Tito,
beam
saglit
niya
lang po.
will be on Saturday. The beam
Hinahinay
will
lang,
be on
Tito.
Saturday.
Ha? Hinahinay lang.
Hindi, go
Marami
ahead,
tayong
sige.
oras. Marami tayong oras po. Marami po
Yeah,
tayong
yeah.
oras.
Yeah,
Ayan.
yeah, no problem. That's why...
So, ayan po yung AFU second free training. Ayan. So, Tito, again, ay yung mga kay Sir Kiko Gaspay.
Yes.
Ayan. So, you can please call Mr.
Yeah.
Kiko Gaspay. Ayan. Or you can direct message him on Facebook, Kiko Gaspay. And nakikita nyo po yung number niya sa ating line. Ayan.
206-412-9390.
And
Ayan,
this
go.
is a virtual event that will provide participants. Ayan. So this is a virtual event that will provide participants with the opportunity to understand how process, measurements, and controls can be assured the reliable, efficient, and safe operation of facilities. Ayan, mga engineer dyan, libreng virtual event.
Symposia.
Symposia. So
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
contact Mr. Kiko Gaspay, ayan, on 206-412-9390. Pag interested kayo, will be on March 6. It's a Saturday at 6 p.m. Ayan ang APU, ha? Grabe.
Pero meron siya sa Saturday, yung beam. Kaya
Yes, the
we have
beam.
been announcing that. Kaya siguro puno na siya. Kaya hindi na niya ma-admit yung
Ayan.
iba. Pero
So, bali
for
ito
the
yung
sake-
mga BIM, ha? Ayan.
Yeah.
So, yun yung BIM.
That's-
Building Information Modeling. Ayan,
Correct.
si Mr. Kiko Gaspay pa rin ang ating reference person dyan. Grabe, ang gagaling naman din yan sa USA, Tito, no?
Yeah.
Siyempre, magbigay din naman tayo ng ilang mga balita sa ating mga kababayan bago tayo magtapos, ano? Kung ano ang
Yes.
ating mga updates
Yung
sa
Philippine,
ating,
naman balita, alam mo, ang maganda na extend na ano tawag nito, Skyway 3 kasi dapat
Ayan.
na may toll fee na yan noong January 29. Ngayon, San Miguel Corporation headed by Ramon Ang,
Ramon
the
Ang.
president, has said he has delayed the toll, pagsisingil ng toll sa Skyway 3 at magagamit nyo pa until TRB, yung Transportation
board.
Transportation
Yes.
Board, who's assigning the rates, yung proposed rates, dahil nire-review pa. Pero ang actual ngayon na sinadmit ng San Miguel Corporation, if you enter from North Luzon Expressway all the way to Makati, Buendia, that's the end of that 18 kilometers Skyway 3, na it will take you only 18 minutes passing through that, coming from Caloocan to Makati in 18 minutes to 20 minutes is 274. Pero hindi pa na-approve yan.
So, pwedeng
it
mga up to 274 pesos ang kanilang ibabayad.
Yan ang maximum. Pwedeng babaan yan. Pag sinabi ng TRB, babaan, makakamura pa tayo. Pero mapakamura yan with all the minutes that you will save coming from 2 hours drive to 18 to 20 minutes, that's something else.
Aba, syempre naman, alam mo naman ang
pa
oras
ekonomiya.
ay pera, ha? Ang
Oo,
oras
totoo
ay
yun.
pera.
Sa totohanan, Alvin, itong usapin nato, kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng magagandang built infrastructure ni President Duterte. Kasi sa isang minuto, ang katumbas niyan, 3 milyon piso raw
Ay,
na natraffic ka. Yan ang
Okay.
isang ating ano. Kaya maganda ang Pilipinas at I would say mamaalam na tayo, Alvin. I think
Tito,
it's almost...
we still have 2 minutes. Marami pa tayong mga
sige.
updates, ano?
Ikaw, ano ba natin susunod na balita yan sa
Siyempre,
iyo?
updates natin mula sa ating
yan.
DFA.
Importante yan na
Okay.
ma-update.
Out
Go
of
ahead,
85 countries po, mga kababayan, out of 85 countries, ang ating pong number of COVID-19 cases among Filipinos abroad, Filipinos abroad. O mga kababayan, out of 85 countries, meron tayong confirmed cases na 13,963. As you see on the board. And then, out of
Yeah.
13,963 is 4,092 naman po ang undergoing ng treatment.
Yung
Okay?
ngayon may sakit. Yung may
Ayan
sakit
po,
na sinasabi
yung may sakit
nga.
dyan,
Na sinasabi.
13,096 yung kaso.
Oo.
Ang nag-treatment ay 4,092. Ngayon, ang mga naka-recover na Filipinos abroad is 8,919.
19.
Ayan, so malaking numero ang naka-recover po at na-discharge sa kanilang sa kanilang isolation. But then, ang kasawiyang palad nito, out of is 952 naman po ang namatay natin. Mga Pilipinos abroad po to mula sa ating DFA. Ayan,
Alvin, kita mo yung percentage, mapakaliit. It's a little bit than 10%. Pero of course, patay ang pinag-uusapan, kaya malungkot. Diba? Go ahead. Meron
Yun
tayong
po. So, and the
85.
other news po, we still also have
Teka muna, hindi mo tinapos eh.
Ayan po.
Yan, nakuha yan sa 85 countries around the world.
Yes po.
Na
Ayan po.
merong Pilipinos. Hindi ba? Ayan, go ahead for the next news.
Okay, sa sunod naman pong balita natin mga kababayan is what to do when traveling to the Philippines. Marami pong inilabas na information ang ating DFA. Kaya naman mga kababayan, huwag niyong kalimutan na mag-visit sa ating Department of Foreign Affairs, Republic of the Philippines. Meron naman po silang Facebook. Tito Rolly, may Facebook naman Bakit ba ayaw puntahan ng tao para magbasa at ng diretsong...
Hindi, sa totohanan, starting today, February 1, na bago ang ating restrictions.
Yes.
Ngayon, pwede na lahat pumasok, pero you have to follow the IATF protocol na kailangan magkaroon ka ng isolation for 5 days. Dahilan yung on the 5th day, tsaka ka lang iswaswab, pagkatapos, the following day, kung negative ka, pakakawalan ka na.
Ayan.
And
At saka
you
syempre,
can continue your isolation sa final destination mo. Kaya
Siyempre,
ganun.
Tito, mahalaga rin naman, Tito, na talagang sila'y pumupunta sa DFA website or
Correct.
Facebook. I-follow nyo.
Hindi,
Sa dami-
lalong-lalo na kapag magbiyabiyahe kayo. Dahil kailangan nyo malaman kung ano yung country na dadatnan nyo. Hindi lang Pilipinas. Kaya kailangan din pumunta kayo at mag-research towards this. Dahil ngayon, iba ang panahon eh. Kailangan malaman mo how to do it. Di ba?
Yes. Kasi ang problema natin, hinihintay pa nating magsalita yung mga sikat na pina-follow natin. Sa halip na kung sino ba talaga ang mga nasa mga minister ng mga sektor ng gobyerno. So you can follow the DFA po, Department of Foreign Affairs. At saka syempre mga kababayan, if you're abroad, i-follow nyo rin po ang inyong mga embassies.
Embahada.
Sa inyong embahada sa inyong respective
Correct.
countries.
Cities.
Ayan,
Countries.
Diyos ko.
Yan.
Ayan. So alam mo, Tito, napaka-ano
Alam mo,
natin
Alam mo, one of these days, kukumbidahin natin yung Consul General o isang consulate from San Francisco to join us in our program.
Oo,
Kaya,
napakaganda
yan.
niyan, Tito.
Oo, definitely. At hintayin nyo po, bago kami magtapos, hintayin nyo po na marami ho kami naka-line up. Next time, we'll even have the legal talks about legal shield. Pangalawa, meron tayong nakumbida na professor from Mapua Institute of Technology about biogas. Kaya abangan nyo po ang ating programa FilAm Journal Media. Magandang
Ay,
hapon po at go ahead, your last word, Alvin.
Sige, marami po sana tayo share sa inyo, pero huwag niyong kakalimutan mga kababayan that we will also be live. Siyempre,
Thursday.
don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Ayan. And also on YouTube. Ayan, tuwing Lunes at Huwebes. Ayan. At saka siyempre mga kababayan, sa ating mga naging usapan kanina kasama si Miss Maria Ort, maraming salamat Miss Maria na talagang mas inilapit. Hindi ka man, alam mo ito yung preacher ng totoong buhay, ano? Tinuruan
Yung
nila tayong real life story. Diba?
Iba yung experience. Iba yung experience. You're telling it from your heart. Kaya alam mo naman, you're telling it from your heart. Heart man ngayon.
Ayan,
Diba?
kaya nga siyempre pag-uusapan
Puso.
pa rin natin
Yan.
ang maraming bagay tungkol sa puso. Kaya magmahalan lang tayo sa akin. Last words ko po for today. Maraming salamat. Overtime na kami.
Okay. Matuto
tayong magmahalan at yun nga, sabi ni Miss Maria, mas matuto tayong magmahal sa Diyos and believe
Correct.
in Him. Ayun.
Okay.
So maraming salamat.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat, sa mga nanonood. Si Kabsat, Efrem Pascua, hindi natin nabate. Anyway, magandang hapon po sa lahat at maraming salamat po sa pagsubaybay nyo sa amin. Don't forget to subscribe in our Facebook page and YouTube channel and like. Huwag tayong makalimot, maghugas ng kamay and have social distancing and be healthy, and most of all, maraming salamat sa ating Panginoon na sumusubaybay sa ating lahat. Amen. Magandang hapon po at mabalos.
Sino ka man talaga